All right, everyone. This is the new broadcast. Hopefully, it is actually working. I do not have very good luck when it comes to to YouTube Live. I don't know what was going on there, but hopefully, we have it figured out. I am double check actually live because it keeps saying that I am not live, and then that I am live, and it is some kind of weird thing happening, and I am not sure what is going on. So. This is not fun. I keep going in and out according to the program I am using. So, yeah, this is definitely one of those things where I hope I'm live.
Weird thing happening, and I'm not sure.
Okay, there we go. So hopefully this is live and that it's properly working. I am very sorry for that issue. We have the new link going up, and hopefully things are working as they should be this time. That was a little ridiculous. So let me go back into my downloads folder and talk about what is going on today, because for the eastern half of the country, it is a big mess. We have a really powerful storm system that's giving a pretty significant severe weather threat, and that is a major issue. So we have an enhanced risk right now that's in orange, and that's level 3 out of 5. There is the potential that this could be upgraded later today. So just to give you an idea of how much of an issue this is crossing right along I-20. A lot of folks are going to be traveling along I-20, especially in the south here. People coming back from school, college kids, people traveling for the holiday. We've got Thanksgiving just a few days away, and this is going to cause some travel snacks. This is a massive system, and today the biggest threat with it is going to be severe weather. Tomorrow there's a severe weather risk as well, but to the south. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the risks. We have this enhanced risk from Shreveport to Jackson. And you've got a slight risk that extends past that, and then a marginal risk as well. But when you break down these categories, this is my concern, and that is the threat of strong tornadoes, which is there in those hashed areas in the yellow. So a 10% chance that you could see a tornado within 25 miles in spots like Lufkin. This includes far east Texas, Shreveport, into Alexandria, and into Jackson, Mississippi. So you got a pretty decent chance of having a tornado, but it could be a strong tornado as well. And then you have that tornado risk as well that's a little bit lower, but still very present in spots like New Orleans, up through Greenville, even into Memphis, Jackson, Tennessee. But really it is kind of north central Louisiana into Mississippi and that far east corner of Texas. That is the big issue. And I know I'm talking a lot about the tornado risk first, but I want you to know that it's a big problem because people are driving on I-20. If you're driving on I-20 tonight, I say do it early if you can. Time it out. Keep an eye on it and download the Weather and Radar app, because if you're on I-20 and you have your location turned on, which you should in our app, so that way you're getting warnings to where you're at, we're going to alert you if there's a really powerful storm heading your way. And that way you can monitor situations. You can open up the weather radar. Best case scenario is you leave earlier so you miss these storms. But if you have to be on the road, you have to be paying attention. Pull over when you hear the alert. Pull over and check out what's going on by looking at the weather radar. So wind, also a big concern as usual, and we could see severe hail with this. But my main concern is the tornado threat. And then as we head into tomorrow, we do have a severe weather threat as well. This is for your Tuesday, and really Mobile up into central Alabama, just around Birmingham, and then also up into the Carolinas, where things are the most concerning. So let's get a look at what's going on the Weather and Radar app. So we have all the things you need right now. You get this low pressure developing, and this is the system we're tracking. This is what's causing all the problems today. Notice you're pumping in from the Gulf, and what we see is this line of storms forming and developing into the afternoon and evening hours. This is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and things are going from Louisiana into Mississippi, and these storms fall, so we've had the time change already. Sun setting pretty early, and there's the storms that we're seeing. So these are going to passes east as we go into tomorrow. It's moving through Alabama and Mobile. These areas up through the Carolinas as this line pushes through, even into Georgia as well. We're going to see a lot of rain, This is going to be a big issue regionally for the southeast in terms of this is regionally the southeast, and then as you head into your Tuesday, a big old mess around the Atlanta metro and really going up and creating a soggy mess along the East Coast. So I'm actually going to go back to today and talk about this system because it is dumping some snow over the Rockies right now. It's very messy up into the Midwest, so northern plains, up into the Midwest, central and southern plains. So we've got the severe risk developing tonight. But notice you also have some snow, some soggy, wet conditions in the upper Midwest, Northwoods region there in portions of these folks, you guys are so used to this kind of weather, but you've got some messy conditions also heading into Chicago. That's a big hub for people traveling for Thanksgiving. And as we go into tomorrow, you see this wintry mess in northern Michigan. So this is on Tuesday. By this point, it is mainly just stormy in the southeast with that little severe risk as well. But today is the northeast into, the New England area as we head into, even Wednesday as well. Looks like it's going to be a snowy Thanksgiving for folks in Maine. You're going to have some snow on the ground, and then the system's pushing out, and you can see this mess kind of entering the picture on the West Coast. Now, Thanksgiving Day, you've got another system kind of pushing in. You got some moisture moving into the south there and Tech northeast, and then you've got, here moving in off the Pacific, you've got moisture, you've got what looks to be kind of almost a clipper system pushing into portions of Montana and then into the northern Rockies. And, these folks in Wyoming, you're so used to snow, but that is messy driving conditions. And, even local travel is going to be impacted by that. The other thing I want to point out is temperatures as we head into the next few days. If you're under this region right here of the storminess, it's just kind of a gloomy mess. It's going to be cooler in behind that storm system. So by Thanksgiving, what you're seeing is a lot of folks in the 50s and 40s along the, East Coast, and just kind of cool weather altogether. So check the forecast, the temperature forecast using the temperature radar. This is great because you can see a front moving through. So you see today things are still quite warm and muggy here in the south, and then you got the cold front associated with that system pushing through, and it's going to bring in some cooler temps along with that rain as we head into tomorrow, but you'll especially start to feel it by Wednesday. You'll see that cool down in the south and really across all of the country. So some above average temperatures happening right now, but by Turkey Day we're all looking fairly cool, even over on the West Coast. The other thing I want to point out is that we have something called the wind radar. And let's go to Southern California because notice you've got some winds picking up conditions. You got high pressure to the west that's keeping things relatively quiet. So you are seeing some Santa Ana winds, mainly today into the next couple of days. And it's going to be windy also there in the mountains. So I like to use this. You can also use it of storms today. Notice you're gusting 20-25 miles an hour into the afternoon hours, and then individual storms are going to produce some pretty darn gusty winds for you folks. So just to ignore it, please be using as much caution as possible, especially along I-20 where conditions can get rather dangerous. Thank you so much for, kind of hanging out with me. And I love showing you folks how our system works. We don't overwarn you. If you get an alert through weather radar, you need to pay attention to it because that is not our thing. We don't send you alerts for every little thing that happens. We send you alerts for the important stuff. So if you're traveling, if you're in the southeast especially, or if you're anywhere on the eastern half of the country, you're going to be impacted by weather either today or tomorrow. You need to have plans in place, especially for severe weather. Folks in Southern California, remember the fire risk because of those Santa Ana winds. And then, this is just your weather companion. Even on a normal day, it's going to give you your forecast for where you're at, what you need, and what you need to know. So it's so useful. And once again, we run this app. This isn't going to be a computer just giving you random updates. It's us telling you what's happening, and then we have really strict criteria for telling you about storms in your area. So if you get an alert on weather radar on your app coming through your phone, please pay attention. If you're driving and you hear the sound, pull off on the side of the road, give yourself that extra time to check and make sure you seek out a safe spot because these, potential after dark tornadoes. And this region right here, eastern Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, even portions of Arkansas, Alabama could see these after dark tornadoes. Please pay attention. Please, please, please. And we are going to be here keeping you updated on the latest. I hope you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I am sorry once again for the technical difficulties. I hate it when that happens, but it always seems to happen to me. And hopefully this live stream went through without a hitch. If not, that's okay. I can always redo it. But thank you guys so much. I hope you have a fantastic holiday. And we are going to continue to give you these live forecasts to keep you updated over the next couple of days. And I guarantee you, the technical issues will be settled by then. I think I'm just cursed. I am cursed when it comes to electronics. But anyways, thank you guys so much, and I will see you later.